Welcome to the Turn One Studio podcast. I'm Eliud Custodio with Turn One Studio, and here we speak with local business professionals. Today's guest, Nadya Columbus from Nova Science Publishers. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Thank you.
First things first, what is Nova?
We are an academic publisher, mostly book publisher. We publish in virtually all fields of science. Our books are aimed at research level academia, not as much general readership and not as much textbooks, though some of our books are adopted for courses in the colleges, universities. We sell worldwide. We have representatives, agencies, distributors, probably in all major countries and not major. And it's exciting because being a private publisher, we can basically publish what we think is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Different ideas, different aspects from different scientists, different perspectives, different levels, both established, well-established scientists. Two of our authors are Nobel Prize winners. At the same time, we welcome young artists or young scientists, those who just starting, as long as they have valid ideas, interesting ideas, and interesting approach.
This is cool.
Yeah.
As a non-scientist, I didn't know that this really existed until you and I were introduced to one another.
Mm-hmm.
So are there, of all the people in the book publishing space, is it pretty rare that publishers would focus on science and academia?
Well, it's not rare if you take academic publishers' niche, because that's what all of those type of publishers do, like John Wiley, Springer, Elsevier. But it is not common in terms of for general readership. Our books probably you will not see in bookstores in Barnes & Noble. Our end customers are mostly college, universities, libraries worldwide, and who buy through distributors, who buy ebooks from such platforms as EBSCO, ProQuest. So we are typical in terms of being an academic publisher, concentrating strictly on academic books. And we are not so common because, of course, there are many more trade publishers, fiction publishers.
Okay.
But it's a completely different part of publishing.
So how is publishing that type of content different?
Well, manuscripts which we receive are aimed at the scientific community. General readers, like, regular readers like myself, for example, I wouldn't be able to read our books on nuclear physics or some books on psychology, social sciences. They have broader audience, but some are very narrow. And those people who look in that particular field of science, they know where to look because after 40 years, we're pretty well established.
I know who you are.
Yeah, in academic publishing.
Is it more reference use?
Well, it could be anything. It's usually research level. We always prefer a regional research type of manuscripts with completely new information. But we also accept interesting review type when they kind of go back and bring what was already done in the field. They are right.
Revisiting prior theories and whatnot and seeing if it still holds today?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating. So I would imagine this is being aware of your organization is an opportunity for scientific authors.
Yes, because being a private publisher, we are very flexible in terms of manuscripts we accept. We are not limited by any kind of censorship. And we are... because it's a very well organized process already by now. Our publication can take anywhere from 4 to 8 months average.
Really?
Which is very, very fast considering every steps.
Is that mostly the editing process? I'm assuming it's more of that than the printing process.
Oh, yes, of course. It's preparing the manuscript, it's indexing, it's preparing page layout, and it's sending manuscripts for proofreading to the authors.
Okay.
Then incorporating changes, if any. And often we send second-time proofs if the authors prefer. And after that, it's printing and binding. We print and bind on premises.
And you're right here in the Hauppauge Park.
Yes, we're here.
It's really
right,
cool.
Right. And because we print on premises, we virtually never go out of print. Anytime there is a demand for a certain book, even an old book, in most cases, we can do it like 3 days.
That's incredible. I guess it's safe to say some of your books are in college libraries.
Yes, hopefully most of them. Yes, sure. College libraries, university libraries. Of course, Library of Congress has every our titles are in Library of Congress. And what is important for our authors is that Scopus has probably about 80% of all of our thousands of our titles, I think.
And what is Scopus?
Well, it's a platform, the scientists will know, which makes them visible to their community and which makes them quotations much.
Is it like an online catalog?
It's an Elsevier service to make them visible for the scientific community.
Okay.
In the broadest way of saying. But so scientists know that it's very important for their careers, for their future work to be accepted in Scopus. It kind of gives them a level of quality. And for some reason, Scopus doesn't accept any book, say, with the word conference in the title or guide. Let's say,
so it's not easy to get into the system.
No, they're pretty selective. But we have been very fortunate. About 80% of our titles are accepted.
So again, non-scientist, potentially naive question. If I'm researching something and I want to see if there's prior research related to this topic or something that could help support my topic, I'm going to Scopus to try to search for that?
Yes, definitely. You'll find a lot.
Use?
Yes, you'll find a lot of it. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
And if a scientist wants to quote something from another book, it probably is a good source to find the material.
Very nice. How did Nova begin?
Well, we started in 1985, and my husband, Frank Columbus, who was the founder of Nova, he was the vice president of Plenum Publishing. It was a publisher at that time. Now Plenum is part of Springer Publishing. But in 1985, he founded his own company, and because I had some experience in publishing when I was born and raised in Moscow in the Soviet Union, I worked in the copyright agency of the Soviet Union, the kind of central organization for everything connected to foreign rights, to Soviet scientists' work, and to acquiring rights for, in this case, American authors. So I was not new in this industry, and we both worked. Of course, it was mostly his ideas and his, brilliant talent in publishing, which helped us. But after he passed away, I continued, and we are going strong already.
Awesome.
41st year.
So did he identify a market opportunity where this type of publishing was underserved in the mid-'80s?
I think he was mostly interested in topics which were not interesting.
So this was interesting
subjects.
To him.
Interesting to him, and with his background, he knew what was very interesting to the scientific community. It depends on the field, of course, but even now you can say that books on psychology, books on environment, chemistry, physics, they are in high demand because they are developments in each field. And there's obviously a lot of new materials to present to the audience.
Yeah. I find that so fascinating. As you know, I spent a lot of years in magazine publishing, so it's not quite book publishing,
Right.
but ink on paper is important to me. What are some of the biggest changes in this business from then to now?
Well, of course, electronic.
Okay.
That was one of the. We at the time when it started, some people predicted that electronic books will take over and there'll be no printed.
Right.
Some saying no, it will never happen. Electronic books will never be as useful. I think now it's safe to say it's about 50% to 50%.
And are you publishing ebooks?
We do both, yes,
Oh, okay.
simultaneously. No, they come out simultaneously in printed and electronic version. In terms of demand, I would say it's probably 50%. Until very recently, such a huge market as Chinese readers, they were not interested that much in electronic books because they didn't have access, I believe.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
but something has changed very recently, and now they're starting to.
Well, they are very tech forward, but I know that they
Yes.
were kind of walled off.
They
from a
were,
lot of-
yes, the scientists themselves had limited access even to internet. But I think something might be changing now because they are more and more active in electronic
Interesting.
fields.
I would imagine. I want to ask you about how artificial intelligence plays into your industry, and I would imagine that with a lot of we'll say inaccuracies sometimes with AI, that your catalog of product probably is seen as the source of truth.
Yes, in some ways, I think so, yes.
Okay.
We hope so. Well, it's a big challenge for us because I think nobody knows where it will
Yeah, it's
take
Wild
us.
West right now
Yeah,
with that.
it's just we're in the process. For the publishers, of course, we have to be very strict now with what is allowed and what we do not want in our books. We do not want texts prepared by AI.
Okay. Are you able to tell the difference?
We have to be very careful. First of all, it's strictly laid out in our contracts with the authors, what they can and what they cannot do.
Okay.
And in many ways, we do allow, of course, checking grammar and polishing the text.
Sure.
That's fine. But the scientific information should come originally from the author, not from the scientist, not from
Yeah.
any AI. So this is something we're trying to be very strict about.
Do you run into challenges with scientists that are really smart at science, but may not be good at communicating like an author?
Well, of course,
Because they're two different disciplines.
Well, yes, like everybody, there are people who are born communicators.
Yeah.
And there are people very talented at the top level of their field who are less so. And to them, of course, marketing their books probably is even more important because we do most of their marketing
Right.
in such cases.
That's cool. So how does one go about marketing this type of book?
Well, we have the whole network of booksellers, of distributors. We have representatives in many countries. And direct contacts with the university libraries who often order directly from us. And now with your help, with the website being developed, more and more individual orders from individual people come through the website.
That's
from
great.
different countries.
Yeah. How do you, as a publisher, handle multiple languages? Do you print on demand in different languages? or-
No,
Okay.
we only print and publish in English. We only receive manuscripts in English, and not me, obviously, but our English language editors, they check the quality. If it's a
Okay.
foreign author, we request either them checking the language, or we have this service when we can edit our editors. I think We only had one or two books when we published in two languages. I think it was Greek and English.
Okay.
But most of 99% of our books are in English.
So I guess in the science community, that's the default language.
Yes, right now I
Okay.
think it is. Unless it will become Chinese at some point, but
Sure.
now it's English. Yeah.
So how does an author get started with you?
If the author never ever published with us, they will just send us their proposal. They would
Okay.
say, I have a book, I have a manuscript, and we would request to fill out our book proposal form where we ask all the questions about what we must know before we can decide. And if the book is accepted, we prepare the agreement, we sign the agreement, the author usually, or editor sets up the submission date. It's up to them. We try not to rush them with their work. And once the manuscript is accepted, then our production cycle begins.
Okay. Maybe this next question you alluded to already, but I wanted to underscore it. If I'm an author, working with a publisher is a lot more than just the print production distribution of the book.
Right.
So what are the advantages of working with a seasoned publisher?
Well, you basically cannot avoid it unless...
This isn't a world where you could self-publish?
Yes, I was going to say unless it's a self-published
Okay.
book, but that's, again, it's a very different type of published, different level.
You probably lose credibility. Not that you lose credibility, but it's not the same level of credibility,
It's not
right?
the same level because anybody can self-publish.
Yeah.
And, it's again, it's a different level of publishing. So in terms of scientists, when they want their book published, that's the only route they can take to go with a reputable publisher, knowing that the book will be of high quality and will be marketed. The option of self-publishing would put them at a different place in their publishing.
Interesting. In this world, are there book tours and book launches and signing of books like there are in the consumer space?
Very, very rarely, again, because of very...
It's a small audience.
Yeah, very narrow type of market. Sometimes some of our books do get in a bookstore, in which case, yes, the office present them, sign the copies, but majority don't, because majority know that their readers are sitting in a library and reading their books.
Interesting.
So not so much buying it in a bookstore.
See, I knew this would be an interesting topic because this is not a common topic. I'm learning a lot about a world that if you're not in that world, you really wouldn't know existed.
I didn't know before I started. Of course.
What do you see on the horizon for Nova and for this industry? What's around the corner that's exciting to you?
Again, if we take away AI, because we don't know, there probably will be a lot of positive input, but there are some dangers on the way we must be aware of. We, of course, the most exciting thing is because the science develops so fast and the new information is so significant, and the demand for bringing this to the concerned readers is growing. We expect more and more active influx of high quality manuscripts. Of course, we have to, unfortunately or fortunately, decline probably 70% of what we
Wow,
receive,
it's that high.
because you have to be very selective.
Okay.
But if we do it on the basis exclusively of what we see as what we think about the quality of the material, not about person's ideas or approaches, in that way we are very open and we give platform to very different views to present to our readers.
So with that level of selection where you're turning away an average of 70%, is it the quality of the content that's the primary reason you're turning it down?
Yes, it's the originality of it. If we see that there is, over 30% of previously published materials we do not accept. We only accept original manuscripts, never published anywhere in any language, because we know we want to make sure that our audience can, our readers, our buyers can be confident that what we buy was never published before and it wasn't available before. And of course, in the many people, many scientists would like to be published, but you have to be selective.
Yeah. Are there areas of the science community, topically, that you think are oversaturated?
It's hard to say, because there's such a tremendous amount of books in different fields of, say, psychology.
Okay.
But because it's so wide and there are so many topics and so many approaches in psychology as such, I don't think you can be oversaturated as long as the quality is high.
Okay.
I don't think there'll be ever a time when in any ongoing field of science you would say, oh, no, it's too much. We don't want to know more than we know. I don't think this is a danger.
Okay, that's good. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to new authors and they have to fill out the application and propose their ideas to you, are there a handful of pointers that you would like them to know to help them better their opportunities to get published?
Certainly. They would see from our book proposal form what information we would require. We would want to know, first of all, if the material is original. We would want to know table of contents. If it is an edited book with several chapters by several chapter authors, we would like to know who the authors are. And there are separate special sections in our proposal form which says what is unique about your research, how it compares to books published in this area, what are the advantages, how do you see your market, who it is aimed at. We start from there, and of course we pay attention at the author's qualifications. We try to be, again, selective.
Fantastic. Mm-hmm. I learned so much today. What do you like to do for fun?
For fun, I would
Don't say publishing.
No, but reading, yes.
Okay,
reading,
you're a big reader.
Yes, I would. I think we're going to say that. To me, for fun, I still read in Russian, but it's almost as easy as now for me to read in English. But for pure fun, of course, Russian literature, I think it's so special. Yeah. It remains a special segment. And of course, traveling. I would love to be able to travel more. But whenever I can, I try to. There are many countries I didn't see, and I would love to.
Oh, that's cool. Do you still get back to Russia? Do you have family there? Or?
I do. I have relatives there and many friends there. But with what's going on in Russia now, it's questionable for us. I mean, for foreigners even to be there, because a lot of changes going on in the society, and some of them are not very positive.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens in the next few years.
Okay. Well, as far as traveling for vacation, what's on your bucket list?
I would love to go to country of my father is Georgia. It's in the Caucasus, small country, very rich culture, and I love my daughters and my grandchildren when they grow to be exposed. I would love to go to Greece. I've never been.
I've heard awesome things about Greece. Yeah, a lot of people rave about that.
Go to Greece. I would love to visit Japan, because this is such a special culture from what I know.
Yeah.
And such special mentality. I'm in a positive way, because I think they are very interesting and very. I don't think I know much about them. I would like to.
Right, and that's a culturally rich country as well.
It's fascinating.
Yeah. Love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
This is a real pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks.